I'm using all Dollar Tree supplies. To start, you'll need 2 of the 14-inch wire wreath forms. I used 5 bags of the plastic Easter eggs and 5 bags of the small sparkly eggs. You'll need 2 rolls of burlap ribbon. You'll need some Easter ribbon. I'm using 2.5 inch. You'll also need some sheer ribbon sold at the Dollar Tree. They're 5/8 inch and I'm using assorted colors. The signs are optional, but I'm using this Happy Easter Bunny sign, and then I'm also using the metal letters Welcome Spring. To paint the words, I'm using this pretty blue acrylic paint. And to finish up, you'll need some type of floral wire. I'm starting the project by using 2 of the wreath forms. Using my floral wire, I'm going to attach them together. I'm placing the forms back to back. Then using my floral wire, I'm attaching them together. These forms have 6 supports, so I'm attaching my floral wire to each one. After you twist the wire around the form, if you have excess, you can either cut it off, or what I like to do is just fold it under. After the wire is attached, we're then going to wrap the wreath with our burlap ribbon. I placed a line of hot glue on the support and then on the ribbon, and then I continued to wrap it around the wreath. I stopped every few wraps and secured the ribbons together with some hot glue. I continued doing this until the wreath was covered. When I ended the first roll of ribbon, I then attached the second roll using my hot glue gun and then continued to wrap the wreath. Once I was done, I glued the end of the ribbon to the wreath. Now it's time to add the eggs. I'm using my glue gun to attach the Easter eggs to the outside of the wreath. My eggs have a little hinge on one side. They don't completely come apart, so I'm adding the hot glue to the little hinge and then placing it against the wreath. Once the outside row is complete, I then start to glue them on the inside. I'm going to continue adding eggs to the wreath until I have 4 complete rows. Once you're done, it's then time to add the ribbon. The sheer ribbon only has a hint of color, so I'm going to use 2 8-inch pieces. I give both ends an angled cut. And now it's as simple as putting the 2 pieces of ribbon together and then tying a little knot in the center. After you make one, you're going to continue to make several more, making sure you have enough to cover all the spaces between the eggs. I'm placing a dab of hot glue onto the wreath. I then place the knotted part of the ribbon into the hot glue. I use the end of a foam brush to press the ribbon in place. We're going to use these sparkly eggs, and I'm removing the little hang tag from the end. Once the ribbon is attached, I'm covering the opening with the smaller sparkly egg. I didn't have a particular color pattern, but I did make sure that all the eggs were heading in the same direction. You're going to continue around the wreath, adding in the ribbons and the sparkly eggs until all the spaces are filled. When you're done, you'll have a wreath filled with ribbons and eggs. I'm adding the bunny's face from this sign to my wreath. I'm removing the hanger, the bow, and the carrots. We're going to give our Easter bunny a bow, and I cut a 14-inch piece of this cute Easter egg ribbon. I folded the ribbon in half, and then I folded each end into the center. Then using my glue gun, I attached the pieces together. I'm gathering the bow together and then folding it in half to find the center. I'm using a short piece of one of the sheer ribbons, tying it over the center and then knotting it in the back. I'm cutting a 2-inch piece of ribbon, then folding the sides into each other and hot gluing them. Once you're done, we're now going to attach this to the front of the bow. Use your hot glue to attach the little piece over the front and then secure it to the back of the bow. Using the hot glue gun, we attach the bow to the bunny. I'm using the 2 words, "Welcome Spring," for my wreath. And I'm going to paint both with this pretty blue acrylic paint. I waited for the paint to dry and then I gave the words a second coat. It's now time to attach everything to the wreath. I'm placing the bunny in the center of the wreath and then securing it into place with my hot glue. And now that her face is attached, we're going to add the welcome spring. I'm placing the word welcome over the 2 holes where I had removed the hanger. I then hot glued it into place. To finish up the project, I then hot glued the word spring under the bunny. This bunny is ready to welcome spring. I hope you had fun making this wreath with me. You know, I always have a blast every time we're together. And if you haven't yet subscribed, don't forget to click that little red subscribe button below, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody!